Hi students, let us see some oxides also of group 16. Actually, we have learned till here. Dioxygen, large scale and industrial preparation we have learned, and simple oxides we are learning now. So oxides are actually classified into simple and a mixed oxide. Simple oxide example are magnesium oxide, aluminium oxide, and aluminum zinc oxide, etc. are example of a simple oxide. So mixed oxide example are Pb3O4 and Fe3. So oxide actually we can divide into three: basic oxide, acidic oxide, and amphoteric oxide. So amphoteric basic oxide, whenever it's water solution, it is putting in water, it will produce OH minus ions. Acidic oxide, whenever you are putting in water, it will produce H plus ion. Amphoteric oxide, it will react both with an acid and a base. Okay, so actually basic oxide, metal oxides are considered to be basic oxide, and acidic oxide, non-metal oxides are considered to be acidic oxide. Amphoteric oxide is zinc oxide and aluminium oxide. And sometimes some metal oxide also behave as acid if its oxidation number is very higher, like Mn2O4, CrO3, and V2O5. Okay, so now let us see simple oxide. So now let us see amphoteric oxide, how it is. It will be reacting both with the acid and the alkali. Okay, Al2O3 is reacting to acid and producing this product, and also it will be reacting sodium hydroxide and producing sodium aluminate. Okay, so now let us see what is ozone. Ozone is an allotropic form of oxygen, and at a height of 20 kilometers, it will form an umbrella because it is reactive there. In the presence of sunlight, oxygen will form ozone there, and that umbrella is called ozone umbrella, and that will protect us from ultraviolet radiation. And how we will prepare it? This is, look at this, you can understand that it is an endothermic process. So you need an electric discharge for this reaction to take place. So when it take place, oxygen will be converted into oxonized oxygen. Okay, and this is ozone. So actually, it is an endothermic process. Yes. Now, this is all about the preparation. What are the properties? It is having different color in solid, liquid, and gas. In gas, it is pale blue, dark blue in liquid, and violet black in solid. Okay, it is actually a harmless gas when it is less concentrated, but high concentration will produce breathing difficulty. Since ozone is thermodynamically unstable, what will happen? It immediately undergo decomposition. High concentration of ozone can be dangerously explosive, okay, because it's decomposition will take place fast because its Gibbs energy value is very less. And now let us see that it will be nascent. This is nascent oxygen. It will easily produce nascent oxygen. So it will undergo oxidation reaction because of that property. Lead sulfate is converting into lead sulfate and oxygen. Iodide is converting into iodine by reacting to O3 because it can liberate nascent oxygen. Okay. Yes. Now, how it is decreasing, how hole is making made on the ozone umbrella because of the use of refrigerants and sprays. Okay, that will produce a hole on ozone umbrella. Not only that, nitrogen oxide that is producing from supersonic jet, that also convert ozone to oxygen. Okay, and what are the use? It will form two resonating structure like this. And it is used as a germicide, disinfectant, and for sterilizing water. It's also used for bleaching oil, ivory, flour, starch, etc. It acts as an oxidizing agent in the manufacture of potassium permanganate. Okay. Now, sulfur, what are the allotrophic forms of sulfur? We can divide the sulfur into two allotrophic forms. It will form yellow rhombic alpha sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. So at 369 Kelvin, above 369 and below 369 Kelvin, it will interconvert. Okay. So let us see first alpha, that is rhombic sulfur. It is yellow sulfur actually. So rhombic sulfur is formed, crystals are formed on evaporating the solution of raw sulfur in calcium disulfide. It's readily soluble in CS2. It is insoluble in water. Okay, now monoclinic sulfur, it is soluble in CS2. When it is prepared by melting rhombic sulfur in a dish and cooling till crust is formed. After crust is formed, make two holes and pour the remaining water liquid into another dish. Okay, on removing the crust, colorless needle-shaped crystals of alpha sulfur will be formed. Okay, so at 369, above 369 Kelvin, it will be alpha sulfur. Below 369 Kelvin, it will be acting as beta sulfur. So this 369 Kelvin is considered as the transition temperature. Okay. So these are the structures of the structure of rhombic sulfur. It is just like a crown. So at elevated temperature, now S2 is also occurring. It is a dominant species and paramagnetic like oxygen. It is S2. Now, what is sulfur dioxide? When sulfur reacts with oxygen, it's an exothermic reaction. We'll get sulfur dioxide. When in the laboratory, it is readily prepared by treating sulfite, SO3 2- with a sulfuric acid. So when you treat it, we will get sulfur dioxide. Industrially, it is produced by the byproduct of roasting of sulfur ore. When you roast sulfur ore in the presence of oxygen, Fe2O2, Fe2O3 will be forming along with the sulfur dioxide. Okay. So the gas after drying is liquefied under pressure and stored in steel. Why drying? Because if any water content is there, the sulfur dioxide will be converting into sulfurous acid. That is why we are doing drying. Okay. And this sulfur dioxide also will react with chlorine and form thionyl chloride SO2Cl2. When it reacts with oxygen, it is called a contact process. It will produce sulfur dioxide. It's a reversible reaction actually. And it will be acting as a better, it will convert Fe3 plus iron into, it convert iron 3 iron to iron 2. Okay, it will reduce iron 3 to iron 2. And it decolorizes the potassium permanganate solution. That's very important since it decolorizes potassium permanganate solution. Why? If SO2 is passed to the potassium permanganate solution, it will decolorize potassium permanganate solution. So that is why it is taken as a test to identify sulfur dioxide. Okay, it's a hybrid of these two structures. What are the important uses? Sulfur dioxide is used in refining petroleum and sugar, in bleaching wool, silk, and anti-clog, disinfectant and preservant. Sulfuric acid, sodium hydrogen sulfate, and calcium hydrogen sulfide manufactured from sulfur dioxide. Liquid sulfur dioxide is used as a solvent to dissolve a number of organic solvent, organic and inorganic solvent. Okay. So what are the properties? When sulfur dioxide reacts with water, it will produce sulfur trioxide. It will react with the sodium hydroxide because it is metal, non-metal oxide. It will behave as acid and produce a salt, Na2SO3. Na2SO3, when this react with water and sulfur dioxide, will produce sodium bicarbonate by sulfide. And these are the oxo acid. We only need to learn the structures of oxo acid, sulfurous acid, sulfuric acid is very important. These two, peroxo sulfuric acid and polysulfuric acid. This is oleum. Okay, so all these are very important. We have to learn only the structure. How to prepare sulfuric acid? We will use a method called contact process to prepare sulfuric acid. First, what is three processes are there? Burning of sulfur or sulfide ore and will produce sulfur dioxide. If you burn sulfur, S plus O2, SO2 will produce. That will again react with excess of oxygen to produce to form sulfur trioxide. That will be taking place in the presence of a catalyst called vanadium pentoxide. And that sulfur dioxide trioxide formed will absorb on sulfuric acid to form oleum, H2S2O7, fuming sulfuric acid. Okay, so this step is the prominent step here. So since it is a reversible reaction, It is favored if you are using, this is an exothermic reaction, so it is favorable only if you are using a lower temperature and a high pressure, almost, okay. So that's all. And sulfur trioxide, when react with sulfuric acid, will be getting oleum. When you dilute the oleum, we will get sulfuric acid, okay. Yes. These are the schematic diagram. Air and sulfur, they will react and produce sulfur dioxide. So here dust precipitator is there to remove the dust. Water spray is there. Concentrated sulfuric acid is the sulfur trioxide produced will absorb one concentrated H2SO4 here, and it will be producing oleum. Okay. Now, what are the properties of sulfuric acid? It is colorless, dense, oily liquid with a specific gravity. And acid freezes at 283 Kelvin. It dissolves in water with the evolution of a large amount. So when it dissolves in water, it is exothermic. And care must be taken while this. Always they will ask, preparing sulfuric acid, the solution from concentrated sulfuric acid, what we will do. The concentrated acid must be added slowly into the the concentrated acid will add into water always. What is the reason? Because it is a highly exothermic reaction. Heat will replace. The chemical reaction of sulfuric acid are as a result of the following characteristics. Low volatility. Because of this, the chemical reaction of sulfuric acid are as a result of this. Okay, because of low volatility, strong acid character, strong affinity for water, ability to act as an oxidizing agent. Like a solution, sulfuric acid ionizes in 2 steps. Okay, how it will be? It will be first ionizing into H3O plus HSO4 minus. HSO4 minus again ionizes to form SO4 2 minus. Okay. Now sulfuric acid, because of its low volatility, can be used as manufacture more volatile acid from their corresponding salt. Okay. And when it reacts with sugar, if you are adding sulfuric acid, immediately it will form a black color. That is because of the formation of carbon. It will decompose to carbon and water. When it reacts with the metals, it will produce the corresponding sulfate, sulfur dioxide, and water. When it reacts with the sulfuric acid, it will produce sulfur dioxide and water. And when carbon reacts with the sulfuric acid, we will get carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and water. Okay. And what are the important uses of sulfuric acid? Is a very important. We know that in car batteries we are using sulfuric acid. In paint making we are using sulfuric acid. And in order to make the fertilizer, we are using laboratory reagent, the manufacture of nitrocellulose, and storage batteries we already discussed. Metallurgical application like electroplating, enameling, all these processes we are using sulfuric acid. Okay, thank you.